So I love like the conversations where it's like parents going like, oh, like it's not my job to teach my kids reading. Like that's what the teacher's for. That's what my parents. Okay, like I had boomer parents and I'm a Gen Z, so there's obviously a lot of generations between me and my parents. So my parents did things like old school because they were boomers. They had me like in their like late 30s, 40s, right? And so my parents did not play. They did not play. Like learning in school was for consolidation of prior knowledge. It was not for first passes, right? And so every summer when I was at my dad's house, he would make us, starting at the age of, I was 7, I think my brother was probably 9, starting at me 7, that's first grade, we would have to go flip through the newspaper, find a story that spoke to us, and then write an opinion piece on that story or like how it affected us. We had to do that every single day. Before my dad got home, that is a task that we had to be done on top of like our workbooks and our, like math workbooks and all that stuff. We were not allowed to do anything until we did that. That was our number one thing that we did every single day, other than like playing outside or like reading. We would have to do that. And my dad would come home from work and sit and read through those. And if you BS'd it, he would be like, write another one. This was rushed. Write another one. Like, did not play. And then my mom, anytime we were in the car, anytime we had long distance drives, either we were reading or she had tapes that had like grammar rules, like Between the Lions, Reading Rainbow, like ABC tapes, and ABC, PBS tapes, that were playing nonstop. Like I could repeat those by memory to this day. Like Cliffhanger, like literally learning about like syntax and all that from a really young age every single time I got in the car. So by the time that, and this is not toot my own horn, this is me tooting my parents' horn, is by the time that me and my brother were like in elementary school, first and second grade level, we were reading at almost a 6th and a 7th grade level. Like, and you're gonna be like, but you weren't comprehending it. We had to take AR tests. You could not read without taking an AR test. My brother was on the AR point board every single month. When I say this man was on the AR point board like every single month. Like, we were always in advanced English, always in advanced reading, all that stuff. Because like our parents worked really hard on us for reading. And my brother was naturally really good at math. I did not get that, Jane. But he was naturally really, really excellent at math. So he was always in advanced math and advanced English. Which is actually funny because we found out he had like really bad ADHD later. But anyway, so like my parents were like on us, like very, very bad. So I think it's just so funny when it's like, that's not my job as a parent. I feel like it is. And maybe like when I have kids, I guess, I don't think I was going to say things are going to change, but like, no, my parents were on it to the point that when me and my brother hit, late middle school, early high school, we could volunteer at the library. Me and him were both library volunteers for 3 to 4 years. We worked at the library because we liked reading that much that I organized the old teen section. I learned the Dewey Decimal System to put away books. Like, me and him were at the library, like, reading. And, like, our library was slow because we live in, like, a little small town. So, like, between, like, restocking and reshelving, I would literally be, like, reading books. And then when someone bring one back, I'd, like, finish my chapter, go stock that book, and then go back to the back and read my book. Like, always reading. And so it's just so crazy to me when I was watching TikTok where this lady was like, there's a literacy era. I mean, a literacy, like, or I guess it is a literacy era of happening right now because kids are knowing how to read, but they're not knowing how to comprehend. And I really feel like that starts at home because my parents, like, I feel like once by the time you get to elementary school, like, you should already be able to comprehend, for the most part, words. And I know there was like a study showing like it doesn't affect you in the long run and all this stuff. And like, I get there's some extraneous circumstances where your kid won't, and like, there are extraneous situations, but like, my mom was working full-time. When I say working full-time, my mom was working full-time as a hospice CNA. My dad was working full-time, 2 jobs between working as a, like, trying to rise up in his, like, banking, something like that, while also working part-time at the airlines to bring in money, like, extra money. Like, my parents were working, so it wasn't like, oh, there's a stay-at-home mom and mom can sit with us. And my parents are doing this between very, 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 very long hours and very, 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 very strenuous shifts. Like, they were making sure that me and my brother came out literate. Like, we hit the ground running. And, like, I will always appreciate that because, like, when I see, like, when I go online here and, like, I'm having a conversation with someone online and I'm like, you are not understanding the semantics of what I'm trying to say. And it's because they don't. And they can't because they don't understand it. And it's because they never taught to comprehend. They can read the words that I'm saying, but they cannot comprehend what that word like means or what that sentence means or what that string of word means. And it's because they are literate enough to read but not literate enough to comprehend, and it's only going to get worse according to the teachers online, which is not.